Many believe it's a foregone conclusion that Errol Spence defeats Keith Thurman and will advance to sweep the PBC welterweight side and fight Terrence Crawford in the middle of the street or on the other side. Let's talk about it. We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody showing love and support. Continue to share the videos, man. And a lot of people just glossing over Keith Thurman in the Errol Spence fight. Most people believe that Errol Spence is just going to obliterate one time Keith Thurman. And I don't think it's going to be an easy fight as many people predicted will be. And I don't think it should be an easy fight. Everybody calling Keith Thurman run time, Keith Thurman scared. And they said the same thing about Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather was scared of Manny Pacquiao. He handled his business. And they said it before and they said it again about a lot of different guys. Evander Holyfield was, supposed to had no chance with Mike Tyson. And you see it from time to time. Danny Garcia was considered to be scared to fight Lucas Matisse in the ring. Okay? You see it time and time again in boxing where certain guys don't have a chance and there's certain boogeymen in the division. And I've seen so many boogeymen over the course of my tenure watching boxing over 20-something years. I seen them get their whole card pulled. I seen them get stretched from Paul Williams having to move up in weight and losing to Martinez, and also he lost to Carlos Katana, still was feared after that, to Manny Pacquiao getting stretched from Juan Marquez. You just see it time and time again. Just because the narrative or it appears to be one fighter may not be hungry no more or may be scared, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a yellow brick road for Errol Spence to beat Keith Thurman. It's not supposed to be. What most fans don't understand, and what most boxers I don't think understand this as well, is that you don't want to berate the opponent. You don't want to kill your opponent. You don't want to just talk down on him, because then when you go back in history, okay, well, you're gonna be like, well, you said he was a bum. I'm gonna give you credit for beating this guy. You're supposed to pump him up. You're supposed to make it feel good. At the end of the day, Keith Thurman, wants Errol Spence to go get those 3 belts now and bring them back to him, and then he will fight him in a mega fight. But my whole thing about it is this. I don't feel that Errol Spence has progressed since Keith Thurman left, okay? For 222, I don't think he progressed the way he should have. It definitely got better, but I don't think he's progressed the way he should have. And I think that was a good sign for Keith Thurman. And it wasn't the fact that he wasn't doing nothing wrong in between or anything like that. It's just that the guys in the division didn't want to fight him. Madonna fell out the division. Alexander fell out the division. Tim Bradley fell out the division. Amir Khan, he fell out the division. Danny Garcia, he fell out the division. Remember, he retired and didn't want to fight no more for a minute. Told Al he was taking a vacation. Obviously, Sean Porter said he didn't want to fight him. So really, who was there to build yourself off of? Go up and wait and come back down? Some guys come up and wait and fight you? I mean, so what did they expect Errol Spence to do? But now, with Keith Thurman coming back, he and Errol Spence is now getting Mikey. Like it or not, the Mikey Garcia fight was an experience factor for Errol Spence. He took something from there. You know what he took from the Mikey Garcia fight? How to fight in front of a big crowd. It takes the aftertaste. It kind of, next time he go fight at a big fight and fight in a big at a big venue like that, he had an experience there, getting that pay-per-view off your shoulders. Knowing how to deal with family and friends asking for tickets, and just he getting a lot of experience. Fighting at home, fighting on pay-per-view, how to deal with the weigh-in, how to deal with the commissions in the club. He getting a lot of experience, man. So when he do actually fight in a super fight, he didn't have so many auditions. When he fought Ocampo, that was like a small superstar fight, a hometown fight for him. He fought Mikey Garcia. That was another small superstar fight, or bigger superstar fight for him. So now when he get into the real rhythm of things, after Sean Porter fight, he going to be a pro at how to handle this. So by the time he get to Vegas, or he get to LA, or he get to the Mecca, basketball, Madison Square Garden, he get big fights there. Maybe fight Canelo Alvarez down the line. He'll have balls of steel. He had nerve of steel. You see how Anthony Joshua, they say he was fighting, against 100,000 people in what's that stadium they call, whatever they call it, man, that stadium over there, Wembley. 60,000 or whatever it was in Principality Stadium. Okay, then he came to America and, he got shook. That shit over there wasn't preparing him for what he got in America. The energy and the animosity it's different here. Okay? It's different. But for people thinking that Errol Spence is gonna steamroll Keith Thurman, once again, that's niggas thinking with their heart. That's niggas thinking with they, with their emotions. It's not an emotional thing. Keith Thurman brings stuff to the table that can bother Errol Spence, and also help Errol Spence when he progresses in his career. If he chooses to fight Terrence Crawford after this, this is going to be a huge stepping stone for him towards that. Because one thing I point out about the Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao fight, which nobody getting real technical on it, these dudes don't want to get technical on it. They just want to say, fuck Keith Thurman, hate Keith Thurman, Pacquiao beat him, okay? And then when Pacquiao don't want to fight Errol Spence, then they want to just get mad at Pacquiao. Look here. Keith Thurman footwork. Manny Pacquiao has never been able to cut the ring off. Okay? That's why Pacquiao avoided certain fighters in his career. He's not able to cut the ring off. He's going to have to make Keith Thurman come to him, or he's going to have to land a left hand or body shot to slow Keith Thurman down to stop that movement. Now, Keith Thurman movement is so good that he boxed for 12 rounds versus Cito Lopez coming off 22 months. When people say, well, Lopez caught him and hurt him, well, that's Keith Thurman. After a while, Keith Thurman, he's a front runner. After a while, you can catch Keith Thurman. But you got to remember, Josito Lopez was 4 inches taller than Manny Pacquiao, and he got 2 or 3 inches of arm length on Manny Pacquiao. He's limb wise, he's one of the longer, taller welterweights. Okay, Pacquiao don't have that length. He don't have that length to get that missile there, to get that bomb there. You know what I'm saying? So you got to you got to look at stuff like that. Like, how does Pacquiao cut the ring off on Thurman? Does Pacquiao get on the back foot and make Thurman the aggressor? That could be dangerous as well too, but then you can maybe walk Thurman into a left hand, or you can walk Thurman into a body shot. You feel what I'm saying? But the feet is the first thing to look at. And with the Errol Spence and Keith Thurman fight, that's what is going to determine the winner of that fight. If Errol Spence is able to go out there and cut the ring off on Keith Thurman, and he's able to take Keith Thurman power, which I think Keith Thurman is 1 or 2 or 1A, 1B are the 2 biggest punchers in the division, him and Crawford. If he's able to take, Keith Thurman's power, you know what I'm saying, and cut the ring off on Keith Thurman, then Errol Spence will have an easy night. But it's no guarantee, because we've seen Kell Brook touch him up with some good shots. And I believe Keith Thurman is a more dynamic puncher than Kell Brook. Not saying maybe power for power, Kell Brook can't fuck with him or could. But I mean, as far as his explosiveness and how he throw punches, then Earl comes up behind that high guard. And if Keith Thurman will throw that left hook, right hook combination, maybe he hooks around Errol Spence's ear. Because Errol Spence really don't move his head. He more about moving his feet to be in, to get himself in and out of offensive, defensive position. But if his jab is able to really put, Keith Thurman, back against the ropes, and his feet is able to cut the ring off, and the jab help him close the distance, and he make Keith Thurman open up and sit down on shots, and he can make Keith Thurman miss or counter Keith Thurman or work Keith Thurman body in those shots and slow Keith Thurman foot movement down and make Keith Thurman a stationary target, then this would be an easy fight for him. It should be a stoppage, but this ain't no layup. Keith Thurman ain't no cupcake. He ain't no open court layup with the right hand. No open court Grand Hill finger roll. This ain't that. That fight is going to be a tough one for him, because Keith Thurman can crack. He can. People are just acting like Errol Spence is going to beat him up and run him out the ring. Could happen, but it's going to take some. It's going to take some time. It's going to take good footwork to cut the ring off on Keith. A good jab to really control where he goes on the real estate, push him in the corner and go to work. But really, he got to get past Keith Thurman foot movement and Keith Thurman power. And for Keith Thurman to come out there, he got to come out there like he did versus Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence. Bombs away. You got to go out there and test that boy chin right away. Because what I do notice about Errol Spence, he rarely punches with you. He rarely punches with you. So, real talk, it's an opportunity, for Keith Thurman to really go out there and really throw combinations out there, Errol Spence. But Keith Thurman don't throw a ton of combinations. It's either, big 1-2s or, big 1-2 shots, and he roll out. He don't really sit there and throw 1, 2, 3, 4 or nothing like that. And that's something that he may need to do versus Errol Spence is throw 1-2 uppercut. I mean, well, the hook, right hand, left hook, right hook, left hook, uppercut. But if Errol Spence is able to elude Keith Thurman wild shots and able to cut the ring and go to the bottom, I would expect Errol Spence to defeat Keith Thurman. But I don't think it's no 70-30 fight, no 80-20, 90-10 in his favor. I don't think it's that. And it's not supposed to be that. This is perhaps undisputed for PBC. This is a fight people have been waiting on since Errol Spence was 15-0. This is a Hall of Fame worthy type of fight for the winner. This perhaps could be a rematch, a trilogy. We can all agree that we mad at Keith Thurman. I can agree on that. We all mad at Keith Thurman for hiding out, holding the WBC hostage, and and all of that. But guess what? It's a reason why he was able to defeat Sean Porter. It's a reason why he was able to defeat Danny Garcia. It's a reason why he beat an old Carlos Katana and Leonard Bundu and Guerrero, Collazo, Hosoto Carras, Julio Diaz. It's a reason why. He got clout in the division. And it ain't going to be easy for Errol Spence to defeat him. But the one thing about it for Errol Spence is that if he do fight Keith Thurman, he do intend to fight Crawford. I mean, pretty much anything you going to deal with in the Crawford fight, you going to have been to deal with in the Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, and the Sean Porter fight. Those are excellent fights to segue you into a Terrence Crawford fight. Those are excellent measuring sticks for your team to see if you're ready for that type of step, or are you ready to go to 54 and do what you need to do if that's the next move, or can you fight Canelo Alvarez? This is great steps to take, knowing what Errol Spence is. These are Hall of Fame resume building fights for him, with or without Terrence Crawford and Canelo. It be able to tell you, can he take a shot? If he can walk through Keith Thurman shots, that'd be interesting. Only thing that he would have to worry about fighting Bud that he didn't see here is that Bud does a few things different from Keith Thurman, okay? Bud is able to hold his position. Bud is able to fight on the front foot, put you on the back foot. Bud is able to fight on the back foot. Bud can punch as well, but also he can switch righty to lefty. Okay, the biggest thing with me is not him switching righty to lefty versus Keith Thurman. The biggest thing for Errol Spence with Terrence Crawford is the different looks he can give you. He'll hold his ground. He'll punch with you. Keith Thurman won't do some of those things. He can punch a combination. He can fight you in the pocket. Keith Thurman is primarily outside, outside this hand soap lotion, hand sanitizer on my hand, not trying to get my hands dirty. Keith Thurman don't sit there in the pocket or don't sit there and exchange blow for blow in the middle of the ring. He did with Diego Chavez. He's shown that ability to do that. But Bud will go in there and go to war with you. Bud will give you more looks, but the speed, the foot movement, because I think if Errol Spence can get Bud to sit down with him and exchange shots, that's Errol Spence's favor. So if he can get Keith Thurman to sit down and exchange shots with him, you feel what I'm saying? If he get Keith Thurman to cut the ring off on Keith and make Keith fight, and he able to do that to Bud, I believe he can cut Keith off. He probably can cut Bud off, and they can sit down and exchange. That goes well for him. But like I said, it ain't no blowout fights, and you never know if Keith Thurman beat Pacquiao, and then he fight the Danny Mikey Garcia winner, or do anything before the Errol Spence fight, and Errol, may struggle with Sean Porter. I ain't say he gonna struggle, but y'all see what I'm saying. Maybe perception is Keith Thurman is the top dog versus Errol Spence. Maybe he becomes the favorite. So a lot can happen in and out, but it ain't no cupcake fight. Last video tonight. Appreciate the love, support. Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. If you have business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests, continue to share the videos. Appreciate the love and support, man. Just keep sharing the video, Don't forget you can donate. That link's in the description. Check out the Patreon. That link's in the description. Check us out on all social media. Those links in the description. Let me know what you think about the video.